Hello and welcome to today's video. Today we're going to talk about el futuro simple. So as the name suggests, that's the simple future. So this is the future that we form by just putting an ending onto the end of the infinitive. And you'll see why it's called el futuro simple very soon, because it's pretty simple. It's not complicated. First of all, to mention, there are two ways of talking about the future in Spanish. The first one is the using ir, use the verb ir. Voy a hacer, vamos a ir, va a trabajar. So that's the first one people normally learn. It's three parts. You use the verb ir, or the conjugated form of the verb ir, then a, and then the infinitive. And that's the equivalent of going to. But today we're going to look at the second form, and this is with the whole infinitive. Well, let's look at an example. So this is the verb ir. Yo iré, tú irás, él o ella irá, nosotros iremos, vosotros iréis, ellos irán. And that's all it is. The part in red is the ending. And let's have a look at the endings that we need to learn. Here they are. E, as, a, hemos, eis, an. E, as, a, hemos, eis, an. The E, of course, is the first person, yo. That's the second person, tú. Third person, él o ella. The nosotros, of course, is the mos. Eis is vosotros. Eis. And an, as always, is ellos with the ending, the N ending. And the good thing, of course, is that there's only one set of endings. AOR, EOR, and IOR verbs are all the same in the future, same endings. So you can see how many of these endings have an accent. All of them except for hemos. So please don't forget the accent in the future. It's important. So we could go straight into practice because there's really nothing more to it than that. Pensar. This is the verb pensar. Let's put it in the future in the first person. Como se dice? I will think. Pensar. Pensaré. Pensaré. So that's how we put it into the future. It's, again, as I said, it's not complicated. So let's look at the next one. So the verb is beber. So how do we put it into the future? First person, beberé. Beberé. We're just looking at the first person now, just for practice, to get the idea. Hablar. Hablar. Hablaré. I will speak. And this is the verb dormir. I will sleep. Dormiré. That's all we need. And let's look at this last one here. ¿Cómo se dice en español? So what's the infinitive of this verb? Exacto. Escribir. Escribir. So this is escribir. That's all we do. Escribir. Again, only the first person so far. And abrir. Abriré. I will open. So the only complicated factor here is that there are some irregular verbs, as always in Spanish. But they're not too irregular. Now, the important thing to mention is that the verbs, the stems are irregular, the endings are all regular. It's the same endings all along. E, as, a, hemos, eis, an. It's useful to repeat that. So let's look at hacer. Hacer los deberes is the infinitive. Mañana haré. So we drop a part of the infinitive. Haré los deberes. Salir. Saldré de la casa. Saldré. That's part of a pattern where some verbs in the future take an extra D. And here's another one. Poner. Mañana pondré. Decir. Mañana diré. And there's some others. So poder, to be able, is podré in the future. Saber, sabré. And one of the last ones, querer, querré. The double R, you have to roll it. Querré. So let's go over the irregulars again. These are not all of them, but they're most of them, and the most common. Haré los deberes. Saldré de la casa. Pondré. Diré. Podré, sabré, and querré. So remember, we're only looking at the first person at the moment. Let's just do a little bit of practice with, say, the third person. So what's the ending for the third person? Can you remember? E, as, a. There you are. E, as, a. So, ¿cómo se dice? She will think. Pensará. Remember, when you're pronouncing it, the accent gives you the stress. So the accent is on the longest part of the word. Pensará. He will drink. Beberá. She will sleep. Dormirá. And he will open. Abrirá. That's all you do. Change the ending. So let's try it with some of these, the irregular ones. Haré is the first person. What about she will do her homework? Exacto. Hará los deberes. Hará. I told you it was the future simple. It's not complicated. Mañana saldré. Mañana ella saldrá. So mañana diré. I will say. What about she will say? Mañana dirá. And it's the same all the time. Same endings all the time. So let's do some practice. This time we're going to use different pronouns. So let's try some nosotros practice. We're going to use the pronoun and this verb here in the picture. ¿Cómo se dice? So we will cook. Nosotros cocinaremos. Exacto. So you take the full infinitive and then add on the ending. Cocinaremos. Cocinaremos. Let's try another nosotros. This is the opposite of abrir. Cerrar. Nosotros cerraremos. Cerraremos. Take the whole infinitive and just stick on the ending. Nosotros jugaremos. And one more. So this is the verb to give. ¿Cómo se dice en español? Dar. Exacto. Nosotros daremos. That's all it is. Daremos. And one more. Let's do an irregular one. So salir is the verb. Salir is the irregular. Saldré is the first person. Nosotros saldremos. Exacto. Nosotros pondremos. Bien. Let's do a little bit more practice. So there are the irregular verbs again. Yes. So let's use the same verbs. And let's use the tú form. Tú cocinarás. Just need the ending. That's all you need. Cocinarás. Let's take this to mean trabajar. Tú trabajarás. Trabajarás. Tú jugarás. Same again. Okay, let's mix it up. Él dará. We're going to change the pronoun and the verb. Salir. Yo. Try it there before I give you the answer. Yo saldré. Yo saldré. Let's use cerrar. Él cerrará. Cerrará. And let's do an ellos form. Ellos or ellas. Let's do some of these. So we have cocinar. Ellos cocinarán. Cocinarán. Just use the ending. One more. Verb is poner, and we will look at tú form. Tú. Remember, it's irregular. Pondrás. Tú pondrás. So thanks for watching the video today. There will be a Quizlet to go with this video. So please do it and practice more the irregular and regular future tense in Spanish. Thanks a lot.